My oh my, are you guys ready for managed democracy or what? How is it going, everyone? We've been covering Helldivers 2 a lot ahead of its release. Now, a few weeks after its release, it's been a little over 2 weeks since it released. It dropped 2 Thursdays ago, and obviously the game has had quite a bit of server issues, but things are getting much better. People are getting happier with their experience. What I heard yesterday from people and what I'm hearing today morning is that the experience across the board has gotten a lot better. Is it perfect? No, but things are getting better and better with the addition of an AFK timer yesterday. That's right, you can't sit in game and hog up a server spot while you go to bed or while you go to work. So when you come back, you're ready to go 15 minutes and you're out of there. You got a short window there where you can make yourself a meal, you can use the bathroom, but anything more than that, you're out of there. However, things are continuing to get better as patch 1.000.12 has dropped. Fixes are small in the sense that there's not a large list of fixes. However, the major change is that we have raised the server cap. Now, the server cap has been steady at 450,000. They're cracking 450,000 pretty regularly. We knew that they were gonna increase the server cap, but upping it to 500,000 wouldn't have been enough. Upping it to 550 wouldn't have been enough. Upping it to 600 wouldn't have been enough. 650 wouldn't have been enough. For now, they have upped the server count to, yes, 700,000 concurrent players. That is the cap right now. Now, 700,000 players is still not enough. It is a hefty change. It is a sizable increase. Very happy about that. And the CEO of Arrowhead Game Studios did tweet out, "Hey everyone, late night update on our end. We have updated the max CCU cap to 700,000. Unfortunately, we expect the CCU to reach that level. We believe that the wait times will be much more bearable." That's the concurrent user count. Up to 700,000, and it is crazy to think about that we're talking about it in a world where 700,000 concurrent players is not enough to satiate the demand for the game. Credit to Arrowhead Game Studios because, yes, people have been frustrated, and I'm sure that the developers on Twitter, and especially the CEO, because he's been doing a great job, and I'll give him credit over and over again, that for someone at his level in the chain of command, for him to be this active on social media, this active on Twitter, talking to fans, not just putting out, you know, shoehorned statements or anything like that. Got a little bit of humor, has a little bit of pushback for people that give him some nonsense like, hey, fix it already. I mean, like, what is he gonna do? He's not the engineer working on the server, but nonetheless, he's got a lot of people tweeting at him, and the fact that he's even responding to people is great. And I'm sure, knowing how gaming works, especially when things are going awry with a game as far as server issues, and especially when a game explodes like Helldivers 2 has, some people are gonna be a little bit annoying, to say the least, and a little bit annoying is really putting it mildly. There are some crazies out there, and obviously it's a small minority, but even when you do have to see that stuff on social media, it can get pretty toxic. Now, as I'm recording this video, 8 a.m. Friday morning, not peak time for game hours for a game like Helldivers 2, but it is sitting at just 178,000 concurrent players. Now, part of that does seem like, you know, some of you guys got kicked out with that AFK timer. What's up with that, guys? I mean, this game was hovered around 250 to 280k in the mornings. This AFK timer drops, and I don't know, yo, this big of a drop off to 180k. I think there's something to do with that AFK timer being a little bit effective. I think a lot of people have noticed that, given that generally what I'm hearing from a lot of people is that it's a lot easier to get into the game for them. Is it perfect? No, there are still some wait times, but man, they dropped this AFK timer and suddenly people are getting in a lot more regularly. How about that? Funny how these things work. People always gonna be a little bit selfish when it comes to these types of things. I mean, I understand it to an extent. What are people gonna do? Are they gonna think about the dude that lives 3 states over for them that's trying to play Helldivers 2 and they're hogging up a server spot so that person can't play the game? No, they're gonna be a little bit selfish, and I get it. That's the world we live in. But come on now, the number dropping off like this in the mornings, I think the AFK timer has a little bit to do with it. Couple of other notes as far as the patch is concerned. Fixed issue where some players would get stuck in cinematics for an extended period of time, so they refined that as well, and that's it. The major fix and change, I should say, way, is the concurrent player count, the concurrent user count, to 700,000. That's a big fix, and they're looking to make it even bigger. Ultimately, what is it going to end up? I don't know. And they even said that they plan to hit 700K, and that's insane to think about, because think about it this way, guys. You do one thing, you up the server count, it's gonna cause a lot of positive reactions, and what has happened with this game, it's word of mouth. If suddenly the server count increases to 700,000, you're having a better experience with the game. Oh, now you're gonna be like, hey, guys, my boys, go check out the game now. They up the server count. It's getting a lot better. Well, suddenly that person's friend now picks up the game. That person's friend now tells another person to pick up the game because the servers are better, so on and so forth. So more people are going to be playing the game. Eventually, the game will taper off and they'll settle at a concurrent player count, but I feel like the ascent is still going on as they're remedying a lot of the issues. I've heard from a lot of people they're waiting until the issues are resolved before they drop their $40 on it, but when the issues are resolved, more people are going to drop the game. The ascent is going to continue. Their server cap is going to have to continue to increase, and at some point they'll find a healthy balance where the concurrent user count is going to be at a good spot and the player base is staying steady and everybody's happy, but I don't think we're at that place yet. Well, where we are at is a much better place where a lot more people are able to play the game. Known issues that they are currently working on, these are issues that were either introduced by this patch and are being worked on, or are from a previous version and have not yet been fixed. No text is present for the requisitions and social menu on the player HUD. PS5 players may encounter error code 10003001 on the login screen. Login rate limiting: when many are logging in at the same time, players can become disconnected during play. Rewards and other progresses may be delayed or not attributed. Various UI issues may appear when the game interacts with the servers. Pickup of certain objects in-game may cause characters to freeze in place for an extended period of time. Some games would not be joinable by others for a short period of time during heavy load. Other unknown behaviors may occur. Japanese VO is missing from intro cutscene and ship TV, and armor values for light, medium, heavy armor do not currently function as intended. So those latter elements have been being worked on for a little bit now, but credit to Arrowhead Game Studios. This is not an easy fix for a smaller studio. We do know that they're getting some help from Sony and their partners and everything like that, but it's a case of when you're expanding the servers, you have your core team of engineers working on it, and you don't want to be bringing in a bunch of new workers to join the team because that might mess up the flow of the project, if you guys get what I'm saying. It's a tall task ahead of them, and they've been doing a phenomenal job with what they have at their disposal. I know that there are people like me that have been a little bit upset, but at the same time, I understand. Nobody could have foreseen the extent of this game popping off like the way it has. And remember, 8 months ago, 9 months ago, what was I doing? I was on this channel, I was making videos, and I know a lot of you guys are new consuming our Helldivers content, but I was talking about Helldivers 2 and how I thought Sony was butchering the promotion of this game, and I still thought Sony didn't do any favors in terms of promoting this game. I think this was a case of the game just being so chaotic, so hectic that people picked up on it and word of mouth traveled really fast, but I thought Sony did a poor job of promoting this game. We're back in the PlayStation Showcase. Just to give myself a little pat on the back here, I'm taking my victory lap here, back on the PlayStation Showcase last year, which was Sony's big PlayStation event to showcase the games they had coming up. They opened the show, which the opening slot is a big slot for a game to be presented. They showed some game called Fair Game that nobody knew what the hell it was. It was a CG trailer that did no favors for that game either, and then right after that opening trailer, they put in a Helldivers 2 gameplay trailer. Why didn't they open that showcase with the Helldivers 2 gameplay trailer and give that game a lot of deserved attention when we also knew that Helldivers 2 was going to be a game that's coming out in the relative near future at that point in June? It ultimately came out in February. Fair Game is nowhere to be seen. Fair Game hasn't gotten any gameplay. Maybe the game will be great, but what was the point of that? I'm taking my victory lap all day long. I'm sure Sony doesn't care because this game ultimately has popped off and they're going to make money hand over fist with it. Arrowhead is happy. Sony's probably really happy, but I still go to that and I'm just like, bro, what were you guys doing? But nonetheless, you know, that is gonna be a moot point, and that's just something I'm gonna remember, and it's gonna irritate me to no end. What you guys care about is that the game is at a much better state. And by the way, Steam user reception, 121,000 reviews, 71% mostly positive reception. There you go with that. Good for Helldivers 2 getting to mostly positive, but really, this is a game once all the issues are ironed out, it should be at very positive. I think overwhelmingly positive is gonna be hard to get to at this point, just because there's already 121,000 reviews, and to shift the percentage of reviews that hard, you need to get a lot of reviews coming in. So take that for what it's worth. That's gonna do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. There's gonna be a lot of updates to the game. This will be the interesting weekend to see how we do, because last weekend, the weekend before that, the two first weekends of this game, man, did we have a litany of issues, especially the one Sunday where the game was pretty much unplayable for a lengthy portion of the day. The past 2 weekends has had a lot of server issues. This might be the first weekend where the game is at a really good working state and a lot of people can get on and a lot of people can enjoy the game. We've got a concurrent user count up to 700,000 for the servers. That's on Steam and PlayStation 5 crossplay, remember, being a thing, and we'll see what the numbers peak at. I could see pretty high numbers come the weekend, but also those numbers will be managed because of that AFK timer. Huzzah for that. But that'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.